What's up, everybody? Jared here, and you know what? All of us movie reviewers here on YouTube, we all have different personalities, different preferences, different styles, you're gonna like a movie, I'm not gonna like a movie. But there's been one reviewer out there that has just been hounding me on Twitter. He's not liking what I'm really dishing out, the content that I'm creating. It's this Bongo, he claims to be this best reviewer out there. I don't know. Anyways, he didn't like my review or preference on the new Liam Neeson Coldest Pursuit movie, so I thought we'd have a civil debate. I invited him over, and, we sat down and talked about this movie. So, without further ado, myself and Bongo talk about Coldest Pursuit. Absolutely loved it. The critics, they're saying that it's great. I think it has like an 84 on the Rotten Tomatoes right now. You love it. I don't. So I want to have a little bit of a civil debate with you. Now, is this true? Is this true?
Well, let me just start. By the way, I'm looking up at the proper camera now, just so you know. Now, first of all, Jeremy, I don't, this will be a debate, but just a small one. I don't want this to turn into a mass debate, if you know what I mean.
I totally agree. I'm an amateur. I'm not a master debater.
No, of course not. But I went and saw this movie, The Cold Chase, and, with Leslie Nielsen in it, and it was hilarious. It's one of his best comedies that he's done, and it's full of snow, and there's dead bodies, and a Chinese woman. She was so funny, and I was laughing the whole way through, and then all these people, including yourself, and that Jenkins guy, they're all like, oh, this movie, it sucks, and Leslie Nielsen was terrible, and it's got a snowplow in it. But look, I loved it, and I'd like to change your mind.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just put out my review. I gave it a 1 out of 5 snow shovels, so that's not that good. Liam Neeson, not Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah,
very
okay,
funny.
We'll go with that. But yeah, I mean, it's all of these Taken movies. It's Taken, and then last year's was Taken on a Train with Untraceable, or the train one. I don't even know what that was. But now this is Taken in
the computer. It was called The Computer.
Okay. The Computer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Taken in the snow, and I don't get what's so like. Okay, let's start with the plot. Let's start with the characters. Let's start from kind of the beginning.
Okay.
Can you name Leslie Nielsen's kid in this film? Because the main crux of the film is the kid dies. What's the name of his kid? Because you're not giving enough.
The kid was This is the part where I should have that DBIM thing. No, look, his name was Alex. That was the kid's name. It was
you
Alex.
You got it right. Yep, he had so many lines. He had 2, and he said, "Hey, I'm Alex. I'm going to work." That was the whole movie.
Yeah, well, but that doesn't matter, because he was just there to drive the plot like a snowplow. He was there to be murdered. He was just a gangster
He was a plot device.
if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, okay, I'll allow that one.
So he served his purpose.
But then what about Leslie Nielsen? You know what? We're just going to call him Leslie Nielsen. What about his wife?
Well, that's his name, so it's appropriate.
What about his wife? She was just there for like 10 minutes, cried a little bit, and then left.
Well, to be honest, I mean, he was a bit of a douchebag, and if I was his wife, I imagine I would have left him a lot earlier. I was kind of thinking to myself, hey, honey, you're actually doing a pretty good job there sticking it out with this Leslie Nielsen, because, I mean, look, if he was an ex-hitman or the Secret Cervix or something like, that would have been cool, man. But he was a snowplow driver. That's not very cool, and that's no pun intended.
But the thing is, he won Keok's Citizen of the Year. This guy's a good guy. He's snowplowing those roads. He's getting through. He's a pretty good guy. Why'd you leave him?
Yeah. Well, Yeah, look, he won this award because, he was a Jedi, and he was that in that movie Dorkman, and, so he's been in a lot of movies, but let's face it, after all that, he then became a snowplow driver. That's not very attractive. Like, okay, so let's just say a lady is in bed with a guy, and he's a Jedi Knight, and, he's got the long, sexy hair, and all this thing. Obviously, it's going to make her pregnant pretty much looking at him. But if she's in bed with the guy who drives a snowplow, well, you know where I'm going with this, don't you, Jeremy?
Okay, so you're saying it's more of like a lifetime achievement award. Okay, I'll allow that. This was marketed as this dark comedy revenge action movie. Let's go right into it. The dark comedy. Did you think that this movie was funny at all?
I look, on a scale of 1 to something, I thought this movie was hilarious. I mean, remember that scene in the morgue after little Alex was killed, and they're raising the what you call the bed thing that he's lying down on, and it's, yeah, exactly. I was laughing so loud. If I was wearing pants, I would have peed them. And then after that, you've got things like, the Chinese woman, she was the funniest. Let's face it. There were so many things, Jeremy, that I thought were hilarious in this movie.
One thing, I'm glad that we can only see your bottom or top half because you're not wearing pants. We can't. Whoa! We got to blur that out later. Anyways, the Chinese, she barely had any funny lines. I will say, for maybe the first 3 seconds of that morgue, like, that was funny. It just got drawn out. Hey, it's my time to talk, little monkey man.
Yeah, but you're reminding me of the funny bits.
But the thing is, they recycle that same exact bit when they're raising that casket up in the truck. Like, I thought that was lazy, personally. But you thought it was hilarious?
Well, no, you see, that's because you don't know anything about movies, Jeremy. Because they recycled the joke because it was so funny. They knew they were on to comedy gold there, and so they're like, hey, let's reprise this great gag later on, and it'll be even funnier. It's like, okay, let me put it this way. When you put a banana peel on the ground and someone's walking along and they slip on the banana peel and fall over, I mean, that is funny. But then if that person gets up and walks back and slips on the same banana, I mean, come on, you cannot tell me that is even funnier.
You know what, you're making some good arguments right here, but the thing is, that comedy that you're talking about, that's slapstick, that's goofy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be dark comedy. There was a serious plot going on. There's serious stuff, like you said. The kid died, but then we're getting this slapstick. We're getting this slapstick comedy in this serious movie.
Well, that's because you're looking at it the wrong way. It was not a serious movie at all. I mean, yeah, but there's other things, like you're saying the Chinese lady, she only had a few funny lines. You're missing the point there. It was funny because just all Asian people are funny. And then, you had things like these Indians, the whole reservation thing and everything. Like, these jokes are relevant for today. I just cannot say enough good things about this movie. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to review it, which is, why I like having this opportunity now to tell people, you got to go see this Leslie Nielsen's movie.
I will agree with you. Maybe some of the comedy hit. But yeah, the reservations line, that didn't work for me. Liam Neeson was reading a kid a snowplow magazine as a bedtime story. You thought that was funny?
It was the instruction manual for his truck, but you see, again, you're looking at it the wrong way because later on, and spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen this great movie, later on, the kid gets in the snowplow and he's driving away. And you're like, well, how does he know how to drive the snowplow? Oh, that's right. Because Leslie Nielsen instructed him how to do it. It's foreshadowing. It's clever writing.
Bongo, that makes sense. I'm going to agree with you there.
Brilliant.
We're done with the comedy there. the plot, like going, like the first 15 minutes, we're following Liam Neeson. And then it goes into like this, there's like this gangster dude, and then like you said, these Native Americans, and Liam Neeson. He's pretty much not in the movie for a solid 30 minutes at a certain part of the movie. Like, you're okay with that?
I don't really remember him not being in the movie, because even when he wasn't in the movie, I was still thinking about him because he's got such an amazing screen presence. I mean, this guy is 7'9", and every time he's on screen, I keep remembering all of the other movies that he did, and all these things about Leslie Nielsen that you think about when you watch him, and so if he wasn't on screen, I didn't notice.
You absolutely love this movie. Was there anything that you would have changed? Was there any negatives? Was there anything that just didn't work for you in this movie?
Let me think, because I didn't get to review it, so I didn't think about these things, but look...
Well, hey, this is your platform. If you want to review it, you go ahead.
Well, look, to me, it was pretty much the perfect movie. Like I said, you had your comedy, you had actions, you had, there was explosions, and the only thing that I would change in this movie was that it didn't have any boobs. I mean, that's something that you need to have in every movie if you want to be a success, is boobs. Because, I mean, okay, look at the 50 Shades. Sorry to bring that into this, but... those were arguably the most successful movies ever made.
Yes, they made a lot of money.
Because they had boobs in them. This Cold Chase movie, it didn't have any boobs. So, I mean, I'd only give it 9 bananas out of 10, but it ticked all my other boxes, so, yeah.
Okay.
I loved it.
Gotcha, yeah. So you're dinging it for no boobs. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, there was one dance scene where I thought that Liam Neeson went into a club. I thought that they might have slipped one or two out there. You might have to go see this movie again.
Well, look, I'd love to, except I can't drive a car because I can't move these arms. I've never figured that out. But
blame it on the arms. I've heard from your Jenkins character that you might have had a run-in with the law, maybe something about you going out, too many banana daiquiris. Can you confirm or deny that, or do you not want to talk about that on this platform?
Yes, I can confirm or deny that. Yes, I can.
Perfect. Now, okay, we're kind of getting to the end of this, little debate. Obviously, you're winning right now. Closing thoughts. Thoughts on Cold Pursuit. Do you want a sequel? Do you want something maybe like Frigid Chase? Do you want to follow up to this movie?
Let me tell you, Jeremy, I don't want a sequel to Cold Chase. I want a French fries. I want all sequels. I want this to be at least 10 movies long in the French fries. I want to see, let's have Rocky come into it, and we'll get North Dakota Johnson to show her boobs. In the sequel, she can just walk on screen without the shirt and walk off again.
And you're saying that wouldn't be distracting, that would actually fit into the plot? Just someone showing up, boobies out, walking off, that would work?
Well, look at the first movie, Jimmy. There were lots of things that seemed to happen for no real reason, so let's just keep the trend going. Let's just have more dark comedy for no real reason in there, so, we may as well.
You know what? You're making a lot of sense right now, and it has certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes right now, so I think, critically, it's ripe for a sequel.
Yeah, absolutely. They could call it Colder Chase. And then the next one is the Coldest Chase. Then we've got help me out here, Jimmy. What is the next one?
Would it be more colder, or is that just too ridiculous?
It worked for Die Hard, so I may as well do it with this one as well.
Die Hard.
Live free or chase cold. It's a good day to chase cold. Chase something. I don't know. I'm not a script writer. I can't even type.
So, closing thoughts. If you're a viewer and you have not seen Liam Neeson's Cold Pursuit.
Leslie Nielsen.
Should you go see this movie?
Well, the only way that you should not see this movie is if maybe you're in a coma or dead or I don't know, stupid in the head. That's what I'm saying. We don't need crap like that. We need movies like this snowplow movie with Leslie Nielsen. Some good family entertainment that everyone can enjoy, that teaches us life lessons like how to drive a snowplow. And, so that's my closing thoughts. Go see it unless you're comatose, dead, or an
Okay,
idiot.
so anyone and everyone needs to go see Cold Pursuit. Greenlight a sequel straight from Bongo's mouth. Or Bingo. Wait, what? Bingo? Bingo? Is that your name-o?
No, it's Bongo.
Okay, sorry, my
How
bad.
could you get that wrong? What are you,
Well, I
stupid?
mean, you keep-
What kind of idiot comes on the YouTubes and gets people's names wrong?
I don't know. You know what? I'm sorry. No disrespect. I'm sorry. Bongo.
No, it's okay. We're all good. To be honest, look, honestly, I do love your channel. It's got lots of pretty colors and stuff, and you're really funny all the time. I haven't watched the videos, but Jenkins keeps saying you're really funny.
All right, so Bongo, that is it. That is, our little debate. Obviously, you took charge. You are driving this movie home. People need to go see Cold Pursuit. You've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you need to see it 3 times. Where can people find you on the social medias and everything like that? Do you have a Twitter, an Instagram, a Pornhub profile? Do you have any of that stuff?
I've got a Twit and an Instagram, which you can find at You Are Not Bongo. Because let's face it, there's lots of people out there that want to be Bongo, but you're not Bongo.
Absolutely.
I have these YouTubes, but unfortunately it's just Jenkins' account, so it's Movie Talk with Dave Jenkins, and I don't know what Pornhub is, but I'm pretty sure Jenkins would understand.
Yeah,
what
I'm
you're
sure.
talking
I'm sure
about
he has
there.
a profile there.
He's a subscriber.
I'll list all that stuff down in the comments or down in the description below. But Bongo, thank you for joining me on this debate. If there's another movie that we're
It's
split
been a
on,
pleasure.
if there's a movie that you hate and I love, or I hate and you love, we need to get back together. We need to do this. You are a very intellectual movie reviewer. I aspire to be someone like you one day.
Yeah, well, join the queue, buddy. Take a number. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who feel the same way.
In closing, Bongo says, see this Leslie Nielsen snowplow film. Thank you, Bongo. Thank you.
My pleasure, Jeremy. You keep doing what you're doing, and one day you'll get there, I'm sure.
Great.